Gandhian philosophy in early childhood care and education. This is all about how Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi, who was known as Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, he was also known as a philosopher, he was a writer, he was a speaker, he was a politician, political leader. So we will all hear about him today. We are going to see how he has made our education voluntary education, or he has tried his best to give us new mindset towards education. According to Mahatma Gandhi, basic education links the children, whether it is of the children of the cities or the villages, to all that is best and lasting in India. So he focused on children. He said foundation is the key of education. If we nurture them, we can nurture the society and the country. So nurturing young minds with love, care, and compassion. He only focused on how you can love the children, how you can take care of them, how you can spread the compassion amongst them. The law of love, like how you behave with the children matters a lot. How you talk to the children matter a lot. The more better you talk, better it is. Talk politely, talk kindly, talk with love, have a good attitude towards them, give them the compassion, the closeness, and they will bloom like a flower. Gandhiji's approach. His approach was very simple. Child-centered learning. He focused on child-centered learning. When we talk about child-centered learning, means he focused on what the need of the child is. He focused that the child should play and learn. Give them games. Nowadays we do. We have them different games that we provide them to play. And through that we provide them the education. Through project work, we give them the awareness program we ask them to create, or we give them the knowledge through that. So child-centered learning is like the child will learn through game method. The child will learn through different objects which are close to him. You can see here in the picture. Can you tell me, one of you, Kim, what can you see in the picture? Supriya, would you like to
Children are
tell?
preparing some models
They are
by
preparing the
using,
model. So do you feel
yes,
it
ma'am.
is essential to prepare models nowadays?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because
Why do you feel?
it develops the creativity and innovativeness of the children.
Correct. So
Because
we are developing, correct? Yes, ma'am.
every time spoon feeding is not important because student or a child becomes dependent. So it is very
Correct.
important to make them independent. They should learn self creativity and innovativeness.
Right. So self-creativity and
Excuse me, ma'am.
innovativeness. Yes, Punita, ma'am.
They are having hands-on learning, and the teacher is playing the role of facilitator.
Correct. So nowadays it is important, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So emphasis is paid where? Where did they emphasize? The teacher emphasized on. Where the teacher emphasized on. The teacher emphasized on social emotional development. The teacher is focusing on developing social responsibility that she's trying to create. She's having the community, she's building the community, she's building the social emotional development, she's focusing upon. The same thing was Gandhiji's approach. Today, what we are trying to facilitate the students, that Gandhiji also
Teamwork.
tried to have teamwork, correct. Child-centered learning, play-based learning, like using the games and learning. Emphasis was on the social emotional development, community and social responsibility was shared together. They're having a teamwork, curiosity, and creativity. They are trying to build something. So imagination part is focused over here, right? So what was Gandhiji's philosophy? According to him, he said, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values. So he wanted these things to develop in the children. What he wanted
Yes.
to develop, he wanted truthfulness, non-violence, simplicity, service of humanity, discipline, self-discipline. If you are self-disciplined, automatically the things will take place. Self-purification, righteousness, on the as the highest religion he felt, love and compassion, that is prem and karuna. According to him, all these features play important role. Why do you feel truthfulness is very essential? Teachers, please tell me, why do you feel truthfulness is very essential? Yes, Meena ma'am, Punita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Priya ma'am?
Otherwise, the child will tend to give lame excuses for not doing any particular work given to him.
Right. So he need to work on truthfulness. He need to speak truth. Honesty is the best policy. Ahimsa, non-violence, is talking about not harming anybody. For your own benefits, for your own urge, you should not harm somebody. Non-violence. He followed the three things: not to listen bad, not to speak bad, not to see bad. Try to be as simple as you can. So he meant by saralta. He's meant by service of humanity. Be kind and keep working. Do service. Help as much you can. Self-discipline. So let us see more about it. Here we talk about ahimsa in action. So why ahimsa plays an essential role? Ahimsa plays an essential role because positive discipline techniques are developed through ahimsa. You are trying to resolve the conflicts with the help of empathy and understanding. You are trying to understand the child. You are understanding the need of the child. We are trying to understand the perspective of the child. And then we are working on positive thought process. We are trying to bring the discipline in a positive manner. Encouraging kindness and compassion towards other. We are trying to teach them how to be kind, how to be connected with each other, how to be creating a safe and nurturing environment around each other. It is very essential to have a safe and nurturing environment. It is very important for a child to be kind to each other. We are kind to them, they will be kind. So a society would be kindness. Do you feel that this is essential? This is important aspect to teach children nowadays. Do you feel that it is important to nurture
Yes,
the
ma'am.
children
Very,
with this aspect?
very important because nowadays children are very aggressive and they want all their demands to be fulfilled instantly because of the impact of mobile phone or pampering.
Over pampering at home. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So satya and practice truthfulness. What do you mean by satya? Satya in practice. You need to speak truth. Most of the time we tell them to hide the things. Parents themselves sometimes say, like, aise nahi bolo, aise bolo. Sometimes they try to urge the child. But honesty is the best policy. Honesty and transparency in communication. Why it is essential? Why do you feel honesty and transparency in communication is very important? If I don't know something, I have to say I don't know. You have to be that simple. So what do you feel? Is it important to be honest? Our society accepts this honesty, truthfulness.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes,
ma'am, it
yes.
ma'am, it goes a long way and gives self satisfaction.
Correct? It goes long way and gives self-satisfaction. So encouraging children to express themselves truthfully, modeling authenticity and integrating. When you are honest, automatically you become authentic. You become integrated with what you are having. Like whatever it is, like it is not like your mind is saying something and your mouth is saying something out. It is nothing like that. It is same. It integrates automatically. Your body, your verbal communication, all are into alignment. They are in a one particular alignment. So fostering trust and reliability is essential. So how do we build this trust and reliability? It is only through the honest approach, telling what is truth, what is possible, what is not possible. Okay, so that is an honest approach. So teaching this is very essential nowadays so that they are not into a wrong path. The direction is clear and they don't choose something that is very difficult for them in future. Saralta in the classroom, bringing the simplicity. The more they are into the nature, they love more. When you take them into the nature, they will learn a lot. How that happens? Take them in the garden. What do they learn in the garden? Take them near the play area and make them play with the sand. What will they learn? With the natural material. What will they learn? Yes, Supriya ma'am, Pudita ma'am, Priya, Meena
Ma'am,
ma'am.
they will gain practical experience.
Correct. And apart from getting the practical experience, what else they will inculcate in them?
Social values, playing with others.
Yes. So it would bring in simplicity in their approach.
Yes, ma'am.
How? How? The natural material that they are using, they are learning, what that brings within them. When I take them in the nature, they are playing with the sand, or they're playing with, say, cycle, or they're playing with their plants.
Will understand the importance of nature, and
Huh?
they will not be moving or they will not be running after the materialistic what we can say physical approach or something like that.
So would the imagination and creativity flow in this?
Ma'am, they will be down to earth.
They would be down to earth, correct? And
They will understand the importance of nature, and according to that they will be conserving the nature, and they will learn ki how nature is helping us in each and every activity.
correct. So what kind of activities would be can be introduced to the children, especially with the small children? What kind of activity? Is it only the slide play, or is it only like we can take them in the nature and give them that swing, or it is only the castle play? What kind of activity you feel?
Ma'am, they will appreciate the beauty of nature.
Yes, they will appreciate the beauty of nature, correct? But what activities would you suggest in the nature?
Caring of plants.
When we teach conservation of resources, at that time we can take them to the national park, zoo, so that they will understand the wildlife, how they are important. Through that we can tell them for the ecological balance, how the animals are important. Secondly, if we will take an activity of planting the sapling,
Correct.
so it will also give them the natural understanding, ma'am.
Correct. So they will focus on the process, right?
Yes, they will learn the process.
They will learn the process. Not only that, they will understand what kind of quality is there of that particular object.
Yes.
They will understand the simplicity in whatever is available in the nature, natural resources, valuing the natural resources,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
taking
yes,
care of
ma'am.
these natural resources.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So
They will
bringing
understand the
simplicity.
time and efforts put into the making the plants flourish and all.
Correct. So they will value that particular aspect, right? So simple and natural materials for learning, these which are natural resources which are available across us, and valuing them plays important role. So saralta in the classroom is very essential. Then it comes Atma Anushashan in young children. That is, you are encouraging them to be independent. You are trying to bring in self-regulation and self-control, that you can do it. Whatever happens, however happens, you will do it. Modeling self-discipline and responsibility. You are trying to build in this discipline in them. You see, you can make it on your own. See, you know how to do it. So you're teaching them the responsibility to lead. You're teaching them through Atma Anushashan to lead. So we give them group activity and you become a leader, or you do this by self. So setting clear boundaries and expectation for the children play important role. So independence and autonomy is an essential part in Atma Anushashan, where they are self-regulated and self-controlled. Can you tell me few activities or few ways where these will be inculcated in the children? Yes. Could you please tell me which are the activities you would introduce in Atma Anushashan in young children?
Ma'am, while playing all the indoor and outdoor games, they have to be regular and follow certain rules.
Yes, correct. They have to follow some rules. And which other aspects we can cover here apart from that? Yes, Devi, Ratnamala. Atma Anushashan, giving them the activities that would help them, encourage them. Can we give them certain extempores to come and speak up? Can we give them certain models to prepare and then present? We do, right? We teach in school, we give them the project work, come on, present it. Or you help the child and present it. You make this and show and
Poem
tell.
recitation. Poem
Right,
recitation.
correct. Value education, we teach them, we inculcate in them, correct. Prem and Karuna in action. Sometimes teachers are considered to be like mothers who will give them love, care, and compassion towards and be compassion towards all children, creating a warm atmosphere and inclusive environment that you are accepting each and every child as it is. Whether the child is slow, whether the child is fast, whether the child is able to speak, not able to speak, is the child active, inactive, whatever. We accept them with love and nurture them with care. We show empathy to them. We encourage empathy and understand the aspects of their need. And we nurture them accordingly to bloom them. When in a class, I have seen that when in a class, when we are teaching, we see some of the children are quite quiet. So what do we try to do? We bring them out and ask them to explore, or we ask them to sit with a talkative child. So when I make the child sit, a silent child sit with a talkative child, somewhat he will develop the speech or he will start to learn to speak. Oh, I'm asking the child to come and present something or take the lead of some activity. That way, also the child will be allowed to, like you are showing the child the empathy, like you can do it. You are showing prem and karuna in action. Okay, let's see. It is not like you can't do it. It is all about you can do it. So nurturing the child. Can you tell me few ways of prem and karuna in action? Can you give one or two example related to same?
If some children or one of the child in the classroom has not brought the tiffin at that time, the other students, if they share their tiffin with him, so yeah, it will be a kind of example of prem and karuna through their action.
Very nice. It was a
As
good
they have
example.
humanity.
Yes.
Ma'am, we
Let
can
us
relate them
understand.
stories with moral values.
Yes, we can give them stories related to moral values. So in preschool education or any kind of an education, Mahatma Gandhi ji had made a school. He was in a jail. There is a story behind this. He was he was imprisoned by the Britishers and all. So when it was freedom struggle was going on, he was in the jail. So that time he had a thought of opening a school. So they planned, at that time he planned to open this Kasturba Gandhi Memorial Trust. That is the school, the first pre-basic school that was formed in 1945 in July. In that, according to him, he has these four stages. That is conception to birth, birth to 2.5 years, 2.5 years to 4 years, 4 years to 7 years. In this conception of birth, he paid more attention towards mothers. Mothers are everything for the child. He said whatever the child learns, he learns most of the time in the conception stage. When he comes and appears in the world, it is the mother who takes care of him. 2.5 years to 4 years, it is the school time where he tries to explore and leaves the home and then try to come in the world of knowledge that is in school. So that time, 2.5 to 4 years, or it was stage 4, 4 to 7 years, it is a schooling time. 2.5 years to 4 years, it is mother's care. He is in the mother's care where mother is nurturing the child. So from stage 1 to stage 3, he gave importance to mother. So mother plays an important role in education, he says. Stage 4, 4 years to 7 years, when it is a school time, that time he leaves his mother or the parental, the world, his own world, and comes to the world of different environment where they come along with the teacher. So the teacher has to play the role of mother here. So nurturing plays important role that he focuses upon, or he tells that it is very important stage for a child to have this moment. So what do you feel? Is it right to compare teachers with mother to have the love and compassion in the same manner? Each and every teacher is also a mother, right? So what you have the feeling regarding it, or what thoughts you have related to the same? Yes, Supriya, you were trying to say something?
Yes, ma'am, surely. Yeah, surely teachers can be a mother-like figure because most of the time of the day, the children are with the teachers. And as we know, ki mothers are knowing all the things and aspects of their child the same way the teachers understand the child as
Right.
they themselves are the mothers. So they look at the students with the perspective of their own child, and they are also finding their children in the amongst the students. Hence, we can compare the we can consider a teacher as a mother-like figure.
Correct. So it is essential and it is an important stage for the development of the child, because the child can easily express themselves to their mother. What is their requirement? What is their need? They can tell without hesitation to her. So it is very comfortable for them to tell a teacher also in the same manner. Okay. So a lot of care is being taken in the early years of education. According to Gandhiji, the Gandhiji's view on education was, by educating, I mean all round development of the child, drawing out of the best in the child and man, body, mind, and spirit. So he presented, or he said that important is the child. Child is very essential. So what are we trying to build in the child? We are not only nurturing him, his body, we are nurturing his mind, his spirit, we are encouraging him, we are motivating him, we are inspiring him, we are filling him with the creativity, we are cognitive development strategies, we are giving them imaginations, we are showing them the creativity world, we are working on its physical body, right? And all overall development is very essential. So religious education means ethics, that is moral education that you are talking about. It is also in religion, we give them those ethics and values through stories we try to build in. Purity of the personal life is important to build sound character. So the character is built, so we tell them different stories of different leaders, We tell them the stories of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, or we will tell them about Rani Lakshmi Bai, or we will tell them about Indira Gandhi, or we will talk about some sports person, right? Come on, tell me which are the examples that we can give them to build their personality, to build their sound and character. Yes, teachers? How can we build our sound and character, the mind and spirit?
Ma'am, by telling them the stories of ideal persons like Ramchandra ji or Guru Nanak Dev ji or Guru Gobind Singh ji.
Yes. So he focused more on handicraft. He focused on handicraft, like he inculcated education with handicraft. According to him, Nai Talim plays an important role. According to him, self-supporting aspects of education is very essential. So along with the formal education we are trying to give them, giving them the knowledge about all the different streams, it is very essential to inculcate them with the craft activity. It is very essential to inculcate with vocational education so that they can integrate those things. You can integrate drawing, you can integrate painting, you can integrate craft work, you can integrate, say, the speech and drama, and teach them the value of dignity of labor. He gave importance to the mother tongue as a medium of instruction. So Nai Talim was the thing. So the function of Nai Talim is not merely to teach an occupation, but to develop the whole man. So that was the main aspect. So the features of the basic education, you can see in this image that productive work is very essential. So he talked about these all kind of activities to be like brooming, or you can be cobbling, it could be like local self-government activity. So we have the value education, a work experience period you can talk about, wherein we are trying to develop in the child some kind of vocational activity in him or her. So free and compulsory education was essential. Nai Talim was what he introduced with the vocational training. Craft-centered education is important. Self-supporting education, the education that can make you independent. It can give you the job. You are dependent on yourself, not on others. Then he focused upon his curriculum was based on physical environment, social environment, craft work, education related to life activities. So he had the activities that is connected with a life. Great freedom for the teacher and the taught, whoever taught and teachers taught. So it was like, how, what do you mean by this word or this phrase, greater freedom for the teacher and taught? What do you mean by that? Can anyone tell? Why it is said the freedom for the teacher? Freedom for the teacher and the taught. Taught is the person that is the learner, the student, the child. You're like free bird, free nature. Rabindranath Tagore also said the same thing. Be free. So learn through freedom, through independence. And you are independent when you feel that you are not dependent on somebody. To be free means what? Able to do certain things by self. So ability to do things through models, ability to do things by self is called as freedom over here. The child should be able to do things by self. He has certain publications. Gandhiji had certain publications. He has written few books in which he had expressed his point of view, like my experiments with truth, basic education towards need education, true education to the students, task before Indian students, India of my dream, medium of instruction, task for India. Teachers, if the meeting gets over, please connect once again. We have almost done. It's just a summary of the entire part that we have done today. That is Gandhian philosophy in early childhood care and education, or in education, a path to nurturing young minds. Holistic development, we are working on the children with holistic development, non-violence, that is ahimsa. We are teaching them self-discipline, truthfulness, simplicity, respect for nature. These are the qualities we are trying to bring within our students, within our learners, within our children. Equality and social justice, community engagement plays an important role. Learning by doing, cultural values, moral education, creative freedom. So we are trying to inculcate today among our children all these aspects. Every day is a new beginning. Every child is new for us. We need to focus on their needs. We need to fulfill their needs and aspects, the requirements, and train them in such a manner that they are independent but not dependent. They can do things by self, basically. So, if we want to reach real peace in this world, we should start educating children and we should make them independent, is said by Mahatma Gandhi ji. Thank you, teachers. I would like to have your feedback a bit, your views, your point of views on Gandhian philosophy of education.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, may I know your feedback, please? How was the session? What did you feel?
Ma'am, it was really nice. We understood the different strategies and the importance of the different values which were taught by Mahatma Gandhi. For example, Satya, Ahimsa, all the things. How we can inculcate these values amongst the students. Then how we can nurture the young mind. How we should handle them. All the things we understood very nicely, ma'am. It was really informative session.
Thank you. So hope everybody has felt the best of same. Punita ma'am, what is your feedback? Neena ma'am?
Ma'am, you did a commendable job. And in reality, Gandhiji was a great thinker
Right.
who, at long back, who could have such a vision of making children learn as well as learn to earn side by side.
Yes.
So vocational training also to be included in the
Today's
academics
education
for
system, holistic
holistic
development.
development. And
Mhm.
basically children should be self-regulatory so that uh, they uh, they give out their best, uh, being in free atmosphere.
Yes. Meena ma'am?
So discipline, we have learned that discipline should come from the inner core, not from it. It should not be enforced from outside.
Right. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your
Yeah.
inputs.
What about the other teachers? How you felt the session was? Or what did you learn from the session? Pavitra, Rajeshwari, Austin? Any feedback? It was a lovely session. I got a good opportunity. I'm thankful to Sir Matthew to give me this opportunity to speak and hear all the teachers. Thank you, all of you, for attending my session. It was great connecting to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
We will end our session here now. Thank you, all of you. Any doubts, any queries? Shall we leave the meeting? Maybe you get a certificate. I need to find it out. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Because we didn't receive link, no, for filling up the feedback.
You need, I'll share the feedback
After
link.
every session, we are getting link to fill a feedback.
Okay,
And
so
after that, we are getting certificate.
okay, I will have to ask sir about the feedback form, whether I have to provide or he will provide. So once I confirm from him, I will send across. Okay, sir? Okay,
Okay,
ma'am?
ma'am. But
Yeah.
how we will get to know who were there?
We have recorded a video, no, ma'am? And you will fill the feedback, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So just give me 1 second. Let me just check it out. We will send in the
Yes,
group.
ma'am.
Mostly we will send in the group.
Actually, I'm not in that group, ma'am. That is the issue. I
You are
got this
not.
link from my friend. Yes, ma'am.
So what you can do, you can just take my number. You can take my
Yes,
number.
ma'am.
You can just let
Yes,
me know.
ma'am.
I will send you the link there also. 99
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
30
30
258
258
156.
156.
Yeah, 9930258156, or the another number is 9850
9850
5383
5383.
66.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so
Ma'am, can you add
yes,
me in that group where the links are being shared?
yes. I will
Please.
request, just ping me hi, give me your name. I will request them to add your name there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank